All right. Good afternoon, everyone.
Hello.
How's everybody doing?
Wonderful.
Excellent. Well, welcome to our Lightning Thompson Meter of Electricity and our 2 o'clock lightning show. My name is Róisín, and I'm one of the educators here at the museum. Now, the very first thing I would like to point out to all of you folks is that you all are at a lightning show. Now, who out there has ever seen outdoor lightning before? Excellent. So we are all experts. So as we know, lightning does make bright flashes and loud noises. Now, if you do not like bright flashes and loud noises, well then I would like to take a moment to point out to you our closest exits. On this floor there are 2, one in that corner right there, as well as one behind me, sort of behind that red schoolhouse. And on the upper 2 floors, there is one located behind you folks on each of those floors. Now, the next thing that I will point out to you is that at certain times during the show, you will see me put on these big headphones. This is not a fashion statement. This is a great indicator that it's about to get quite loud in here. So when you see me put on these big headphones, that is a great time to cover your own ears as well. All right, so now that all of that is out of the way, I would like to take a moment to introduce to you the real star of our show. Behind me, this giant machine with 2 large metal domes on top is the largest air-insulated Van de Graaff generator in the entire world! It was built by its namesake, Robert Van de Graaff, in the 1930s to smash atoms together, and was donated to the museum by MIT in the 1950s, where we now use it for educational displays. All right, so now that we have met the star of our show, why don't we go ahead and see what she can do? This would be a great time to go ahead and cover your ears.
Yay!
All right, Maggie, so what I'm going to do now is I'm going to turn on this machine, and it's going to make a loud noise, which is keep your palm right there. Sound good? All right, here we go. All right, so now, Maggie, what I want you to do is shake your head like you're saying no. And I'm saying for like you're a rock star. All right, you can stop and keep your hand there. All right, just keep your hand there for 1 second. And then you can check yourself up on screen there. You have a pretty awesome new hairstyle by science. All right. So what is going on here? Well, you can go ahead and take your hand down. Good job. All right, so what's going on here? Well, that little hand wrap generator is excellent at separating charges and collecting the negative ones in that metal dome. And since like charges repel or push away from each other, they crossed Maggie's arm into her body to get back down to the ground to rebalance with positive charges. However, we have Maggie standing on this nice rubber and wooden insulating box, and the insulator is just something that charge does not pass through easily. So they were not able to do that. So instead, those negative charges began collecting in your body. And again, since light charges repel or push away from each other, they put as much space between themselves as possible, lifting up your nice light hair in the process. Now, if you step off of the box, those charges are finally able to get back down to the ground, where the rest of them are, and your hair will not stand up anymore. All right, let's do a big round of applause for you. Thank you very, very much. All right. So, let's think about this on a larger scale. Our large Van de Graaff generator does work in the same way. It is excellent at separating charges and collecting the negative ones in those big metal domes up there. How this works is inside one of these columns, which I just put up on screen there are some giant rubber belts. And those rubber belts carry those charges where we produce them in the basement up to those metal domes where they collect. And again, since light charges repel or push away from each other, they actually end up jumping through the air to that ball that we had raised earlier to get back down to the ground to rebalance with positive charges. So essentially, rebalances itself with a nice, bright spark. Speaking of those nice, bright sparks, let's think back to those big flashes that we saw in the beginning. Were we seeing electricity? Well, let me ask you a similar question, a little easier question. When you fall, do you see gravity? No. You see the floor, but you do not see gravity. You see the effects of gravity. And it's the same for electricity. You don't see it, you see the effects of it. So let's check out an example. On either side of the stage there, as well as up on the two screens, I just turned on a pair of small Tesla coils. So now, are we seeing electricity? Nope. We are seeing the effects of electricity. Electric charge moving through the air actually superheats that air to such a hot temperature that it glows. And that gives us those bright flashes that we know as lightning. Now we are experiencing another effect of electric charge moving through the air. And to really get a good handle on that, I want you guys to close your eyes for one moment. Now what are we hearing? Buzz, right? Kind of an annoying buzzing sound. That's because that air, as it superheats, also rapidly expands. And as it expands, it bumps into air molecules, which move more air molecules, move more air molecules, move more air molecules, move more air molecules, eventually move the air molecules right by your eardrum, which push on your eardrum and wiggle your eardrum. And that causes us to hear the audible crack that we know as thunder. Now, as it turns out, how fast or slow your eardrum wiggles determines how high or low of a sound you hear. So believe it or not, these two coils are actually producing 120 sparks every single second. And that determines how much air is moved, how fast your eardrum wiggles, what sound we hear. So let's check out another example. For this one, I'm going to direct your attention to the left side of the stage here, that big white column with a silver donut on top. Now this one makes quite a loud noise. Go ahead and cover your ears for 1 second. Ready? 1, 2, 3. Whoa. Whoa, indeed. All right. So now what we can check out up on the screen there is actually a super slow motion video of that Tesla coil. spark something 120 times per second. What do you guys think? If we can change the number of sparks per second, will that affect the sound that we hear? Well, that is an excellent theory. But here at the Museum of Science, we'd like to test our theories. So, on the other side of the stage over there is a pair of special coils called solid-state Tesla coils. They're built right here at the Museum of Science. And they are capable of varying the number of sparks per second. So let's test that theory. Go ahead and cover your ears. Safety. Now, if you're caught outside during a storm, where should you go? Inside, absolutely. The indoors is the best place to be during a storm. But if there is no building around, maybe you're out for a nice picnic, what is the next best place? A car. Yes, absolutely. And that would be because of the tires. All right. Who thinks that tires keep you safe during a storm? Rubber tires. All right. That is a very widely held belief. But here at the Museum of Science, we want you guys to think like scientists and question your assumptions. So let's think that out a little bit further. So tires are made of rubber. Rubber is an insulator. We know that earlier from our stool here. Charge does not pass through easily. That is absolutely true. But let's think this out a little bit further. Air is also an insulator. And before your car is even struck by lightning, it must travel through miles of insulating air. So do we think those extra few inches is going to do anything for you? Well, we're not sure, right? So what do we need to do? Test it, absolutely. All right, so on the left side of the stage, what I'm raising up is a rubber tire. And in a moment, I'm going to hit that rubber tire with some sparks. And what I want you guys to do is watch the bottom of the tire to see if those sparks come out the bottom, which would mean that the charge traveled through the tire and out the bottom. Sound good? All right, so go ahead, keep your eyes on that tire, and cover your ears. Did we see sparks on the bottom? Yes, indeed we did. All right. Well, if it is not the rubber of your car that keeps you safe during a storm, what else is your car made out of?
Metal.
Metal, yes. Now, I am not going to be driving a car out on the stage to test that one out, because that would be a little bit ridiculous, even for the Museum of Science. But what we do have is this metal bird cage. And what this can do is simulate the enclosed metal frame of a car. The next thing that we need is something that is extremely perishable, vulnerable to being struck by lightning. That would be yours truly. And I am going to make sure that the cage is the highest thing inside of the theater today to be sure that it is struck by lightning. Now, if it is, in fact, the metal of your car that will keep you safe during a storm, well, then we might just have a pretty neat demonstration on our hands. If it is not the metal of your car that will keep you safe during go. Or one that is not metal, that you will not be safe. If you find yourself outside during a storm with no metal car or building around, it's actually best to crouch on your tippy toes. Do not lie flat and do not seek shelter underneath a tree. Now, why does this work? Well, unlike our rubber tires, metal is a conductor. Charge moves through it very easily. And when it is struck by rapidly changing electrical charges, it actually creates a magnetic field. And that magnetic field forces the dangerous charge to the outside skin of the cage. And that keeps me safe on the inside, even when I'm touching the inside surface. Now, if my hand had slipped to the outside of this cage, well, that would have been a different story entirely. All right. So, what did we do today? Well, we talked a little bit about electric charge. There are two types of electric charge in the world, positive and negative. We also talked a little bit about electricity, about how it is invisible. What we see and hear are the effects of electricity, but not electricity itself. We also did talk today a little bit about lightning safety, about how the reason that your car is safe during a storm is actually because of the metal, not the rubber. Now, if you do have any questions about any of these topics or would like to chat after the show, I'd be more than happy to stick around. I would just ask that you please stay down on the carpet and do not come up onto stage. And if not, well then I certainly hope that you enjoyed the show, that you enjoy the rest of